We're live. It is 3:04 Central Standard Time. What time is it? 9:04 GMT
9:04,
BST. Yep. God damn it. I'm never going to get that right. Never. It's BST in
Great
the UK.
Start.
Yep. It's also 4:04.
And it's 4:03 or
Eastern
4:04
Standard Time.
Eastern.
4:04. And we got Gigi in the house. Hey, she finally decided to show up. I don't know why. Well, we paid her.
She's going to regret
Did
it.
you?
No,
when
we
is that
didn't.
coming through?
Well, you know, it's one of those afterpays. It's going to take a while.
I think you're going to pay me no attention. That's what you're going to do.
No. Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe, but today it's Reggie, Randy,
and Randy.
Randy Bo Bandy. Wearing his, what did he say? Now, I thought he was wearing a jumper because that's what they say for sweaters, which I think is terrible. I don't like that at all. But this is not a jumper. This is a what, Joe?
A Cardi.
Cardi, like Cardi B.
Yeah.
Cardi.
No, it's Cardi A. It's the A team, not the B team.
Oh.
Hey.
This first minute of the show is terrible, other than Gigi being here. So
Should we start again?
No, we're not starting again. We're already here. We're committed. But we have Gigi in the house. Hey, thanks for taking time. I know you've been busy. You had a lot of stuff going on with your life and work and stuff with your show and your podcast and your streams. I know you've been real busy. Thanks for taking some time to show up on a Sunday with us. We really appreciate you.
Anytime for you, Reggie. You know, I can never miss the opportunity to be called Rachel. You know?
I know. God, that was like even my wife, who doesn't really, other than give me stuff about these podcasts, she just gives me shit all the time. She's like, "Do you mean to tell me you had somebody on your show? You asked them to show up, and then for the entire show, you called them by the wrong name until like the last 7 or 8 minutes of it, until somebody finally back channeled you and told you that that's not your name?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "God, I'm glad I love you, because if not, I would make fun of you because you're a window licking moron." And I said, "Yeah, I know." And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "You're gonna post that?" I go, "Oh God, yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna post."
It's wonderful.
That. Yeah, it was terrible. It was funny. So now we've kind of like played it. Now it's kind of like a running.
We embrace
gag.
our names. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just
we got Randy now. So
now we got Randy.
Yes.
Well, he decided to show up because he just wants to be part of our gang. He just felt like, well, I can't be Joe if you're Reggie and Rachel. I feel like I'm left out somehow.
I got Randy for the goddess.
Absolutely.
No, that's going too far. Sorry.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, I noticed the Braves hat, which we'll get to later, because I know that you're a huge Braves fan, and I'm not anti-Braves. I actually like the Braves.
Actually, we play each other tomorrow. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, we got the Blue Jays in town, which is a weird way to start the season. AL East. Okay.
We're actually losing right now, but
Yeah, I know you got yourself a little ticker. There's a little ticker right there. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But I noticed on top of underneath the Braves hat is this little thing, and I was going to ask you about what that
Jibo.
Yeah. So what can we explain?
Have you never seen Jibo?
I've seen it before, but I haven't had a chance to bring it up. So I thought I would have for anybody who's.
If I don't pull his cord out, this is Jibo. He's listening to me right now, but stop looking at me. They want to see you. But yes, he has a camera so he can see me. He'll start talking to me. He's listening to my voice, so he's going to keep focusing on me. But
right.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of these, robot friend things that they came out with years ago. Then they stopped giving him updates. They cut him off to the world, and then they brought him back. So
that's not.
He's
cool.
back for a while, but he was overpriced. I got him for free.
Okay, so that's.
I bought him off eBay.
Is there a cool story behind the free, or is it just?
Yes.
Okay,
I bought him off eBay,
cool
and the seller sent him to me. I couldn't get him to update. He wouldn't work with my Wi-Fi, so I said I'm going to send him back. Because you can do buyer's remorse on eBay. Send him back, and they said, okay, fine. He never updated his address according to him, so the address that I sent it back to, verified on eBay, he didn't accept it when he came back. He didn't want to give me my money back, clearly.
Right, basically, yeah.
But when the post office tries to give you something back 3 or 4 times, they send it back to the person who sent it.
Yeah, return to sender. Yeah.
PayPal refunded my money. The robot came back. I got the robot for free.
Nice.
So,
Well, teach him for messing about.
Oh yeah, you don't want to
yeah.
quit trying to be that guy, because that's ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, it's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, if you sell, so I don't think I bought anything out of eBay, and it has to be like a decade. I still have an account. It's like 15 years old or more, but I don't think I've actually bought anything.
Why?
I don't know.
You just anti-eBay?
No, not at all. I'm all about people selling stuff and buying stuff, but I got really into it to use it for buying stuff when I was buying video game stuff in the past. So I used to buy like old consoles, like television, Atari, those kind of things. And I was selling games and stuff. But once I stopped kind of collecting and buying stuff, I kind of just stopped using it because that's really all I ever used eBay really for. And so yeah.
I recently bought some UK garage and house music on USB sticks.
Okay.
From eBay. There's always random stuff like that on there.
Yeah, that's cool. And we have got, see what happens, Joe? Randy, sorry. And then he disappears. God, he does this all the time. What are you doing? Now I got to move everybody around. Stop doing
getting Randy. Sorry, mate.
So anyways, Randy.
Yeah, shout out to the crew.
We have, I was going to say, we got all these people in the chat. We got Jojo and Barry and Piotr and Hala. I saw LaShawn. I think I saw, Sean's in here. Eric's in here. Easy Computer Solutions. Here's another guy we'd like to talk to. I know he's been excited because the LG and talk about something that's wild.
Oh my God, don't get him started on the
LG. Oh, I have to because it's awesome. It's like I'm excited about it, but watching Eric get excited about it just like made my day. Like I'm just watching this video going, this just makes me happy because he's so happy about it. It's just like, yeah, it's great.
I've never met somebody with such a hard on for a phone. I can't put it any other way.
Yeah. He's definitely dedicated.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah, okay. And Sean says, no V60 talk. Okay. I just wanted to mention it. We won't go deep dive on it, that kind of thing, but just saying.
Oh, when you bring Eric, hey, Eric, you need to set that up. Then you can talk V60.
Yeah, we'd like to have you come on and you can talk
until you
V60,
explode.
we can talk Velvet. We can talk, I don't care, whatever you want to talk about. That's the beauty.
I sold my Velvet.
You know what? It's funny is try to go back to Swap and try to pick up an AT&T V60.
I only wanted like $100-something bucks. So.
They're like $300 now. I mean, I could have picked one up really cheap about a month ago. There was one for like $180. And now it's like the AT&T ones are coveted for some reason. I don't know why.
Sam, you sell your wing?
They didn't update, did they?
No, I did sell the wing, but actually I should just pick up a Velvet because but yeah, if you try to get, I mean, there's tons of Verizon and T-Mobile ones or other ones, but at AT&T, if one does show up, it's like $290. It's the cheapest one I saw. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it. It didn't update.
No updates. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah, that's fine.
You don't care about updates?
Well, I mean, honestly, you
don't want Android 13?
I do, but you shouldn't expect it on that kind of. I mean, hell, I can't get 13 on my Duo, and the LG's gone, and they're dead, and it's not even they're not making phones anymore, and they're still updating to 13. It's like Jesus. This is another reason just depresses me about the Duo. I'm getting a real bad vibe from that. By the way, the whole Duo 2, and Microsoft. They got another update. It was just a security patch, and they're kind of going back to being Microsoft again, where they're kind of like starting to just security patches. We're all in on Android. Okay, well, there's no features. It's like still can't change an icon pack. Still have bugs.
Oh,
yeah, it's hard to kind of.
Reggie seems sad.
Why are they so high? Because see, I've looked on Swappa and eBay for them.
Yeah, I haven't looked. On
I still use eBay because I get imports, so I get them any way that I can get them. So
yeah, and I was going to ask you about that too. So I saw that. So are you okay with like Oppo, Xiaomi, Vivo, Realme, or do you go like even more? Do you get like more like the India types? Because I know they have like the OnePlus R, like the 9 RT, and those kind of like those
I can't get my hands on, like Indian, African. I can't get my hands on that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
whatever I can find on Swappa, Wanda Mobile.
Wanda Mobile is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
I've never used that before. Is it kind of like the same interface as like a Swappa?
It's actually yes, and they offer the same warranty. A lot of people don't understand that you still have a warranty on these phones, even though you buy them from overseas. So I called with a question because I was upgrading I zapped my Motorola Razr to give it to my boyfriend. So when I was trying to put Google Play back on it, it wasn't the simple swap that it normally is for me. So I sent them an email and they sent me a video back. Hey, just do this, this, and that.
It's good service.
Wow. Yeah. Look at Dan stir up the chat. Tell me about this LG. No. Dan stirring it up. So how have you been? You said like we were talking before the show. You said that life's been kind of crazy over this since we last had you on the other show. Got a new job. So how are things in your world as far as busy? You said you're a lot busier. Money's good, but time's a little, bandwidth's a little squeezed. Like how do you manage all
Yeah, I
that?
wish I had more time to do my content. I'm really struggling to get videos out. I still stream every week, so people are loyal. They still come back for the streams. I still have my members on my channel, so I guess people still like me enough to come.
That says a lot, doesn't it? That says a lot.
Which I am a proud king.
Yes.
I've
You are a king.
Yeah, I
You've
only
been a king for a
subscribe
while.
to 2 is hers and Scary if Literal are the only 2 I actually have subscriptions on YouTube to. And I
often enjoy having you on the members only streams.
Oh, I love
members
being on
only
those.
next weekend too.
Yeah,
so.
I love being on those. Are like that's the one thing I really just enjoy because
Free for all.
Oh, it's beyond a free for all. It's insane. I mean, you got to come correct because if you come in there, there's a bunch of heavy hitters in there and make fun of you. And if I step out of line, they don't care. And I notice I'm usually the only white guy in there, which is okay. I don't mind that. So I got to know my place. But if I kind of step in there and try to have a good conversation and I get out of line, they're going to check me. And that's fair. I'm okay with that. I'm up for that lifestyle. Hey man, you know what? But it's always a great time. It's just,
you love it, Reggie.
It's a long stream.
Yes.
And it goes.
It's 3 hours. So you come in when you want to come in, you
okay.
leave when you want to leave. But it's all for the members. It's no, articles are usually a part of my formal Tuesday, but we're everything but formal on members only. We just whatever comes out. Yes. No filters.
I like the sound of that.
The cussing, everything. Yeah, it's fun.
That's kind of how we roll, really, Sam.
Yeah.
Reggie, sorry. Whoops.
Right. You're not really doing the theme today real well. You're just
No, I'm not. I know.
It's okay.
Sean said he didn't realize you were white, Reggie.
Oh, that's okay. I very much realize that I am white, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But no, everybody's always great in that chat. But I'm telling you, it's just it goes everywhere. Just whatever the conversation is, and then people make a comment, and then somebody steps in and says something, and then it derails, and everybody makes fun of that, and it's just it's a great time. And
Reggie kind of looks red today.
Yeah, well, I have natural light. At the windows.
I was gonna say it's your wallpaper. It's just blending
reflecting off his head.
Yes, Reggie is white. Well, I'm Italian, so it's not exactly 100% white. It's like kind of sort of white.
Well, you did help out one of my members with his what were we talking about? Puerto Rico and South Beach and Miami.
Oh man, yeah.
We talked about all that, and you were trying to give him some hints, and I don't think he followed directions, but
yeah. Hey, I just put it out there, and sometimes they can take it off the shelf and put it in their basket, and sometimes they leave it, and you'll find out because I'll tell you one thing, that was a blast. I had probably more fun in that 4 days I spent in Puerto Rico than probably any other vacation I've had in the last probably.
I loved Puerto Rico.
So great.
I went there last year. Yeah.
Well, plus also I grew up with a Puerto Rican stepfather, so I'm all down with the alcapordias and the plantains and all the food. I could be down there just for the food alone. It was great.
Mofongo?
Oh, Mofongo. Oh man, they had a really good and the funny thing is when I went down there, I'd asked the lady at the resort where I was like, look, I don't want to go to all the touristy places, and I'm sure as fuck I'm not coming down here to go to Applebee's and shit like that. Like because Puerto Rico's weird. It's like, especially in the San Juan, I don't know. It's kind of like a mix of America and Puerto Rico. So it's like you'll be driving along and it'll look like all Puerto Rico, and then you'll have this one exit where it's like a strip mall. And it's like car dealerships. It looks like anywhere in like suburban United States. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right here? So I didn't come all the way here to go to like Chili's, right? So and so she said the best place to do is where we go to what's called the kioscos. So they're these little, it looks like it's a little kickoff on the roadway. It's like a strip mall, but it's just got like food and stuff like that. She goes, that's where we go to these little places that are kind of like off the beaten path that are called kioscos. If you go to those, you will get the best food and it's pretty affordable. But just remember, you're going to have a lot of locals eating there. So, it's going to be a little dialed. I'm like, good, because I don't really deal much with tourists anyway, because I don't really like white people and tourists that much and a bunch of Karens. I just don't,
we went all over the place is what we did. We just said, hey, we're going to try what we feel is not touristy. We didn't have any Applebee's or Chili's or anything like that while we were there. But we had some great food and we had some okay food. So
yeah, some of the places we were okay on the food because we were only there 4 days, so it was all right. But it was a great time. I tell you right now, driving though, you better get ready. It's like an open air Nintendo game. You better get ready to cut people off and be cut off.
Coming from the States, like I've been in New York and all these different environments where people can't drive. Puerto Rico, I feel like my life was in my boyfriend's hands every time we got behind the wheel. It was like, we're going to die.
There's this
And I'm
one
gonna be
that's
happy.
and I'm not kidding you. You're coming around a turn. I'm not like
You muted yourself. Okay.
it's like an on ramp where you're coming on, and in order to get to where I had to go, it was literally like 4 lanes of traffic, and then it was like it might have been 150 yards. So I had to like basically come on this ramp at like 50 and then like basically go sideways across to make this. There's cars going and people, and every car's got.
And they were laying on the
damage, by
horns
the way,
like,
so you're clear.
whatever.
Every car's been banged into. Every car, I've watched 2 cars go and crash, and nobody just wave, and they just took off. They're like, "Hey,
you okay?
Yeah, around.
You all right?
Wait.
Yeah.
It was like,
Okay, cool.
Who cares? We're not gonna get our car fixed."
That's
That was
fine.
my
It's
fear,
normal.
getting into an accident. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Because I can imagine a Puerto Rican when they get angry at you. Oh, you don't want that, do you?
It was pretty crazy. But I mean, yeah, if you're into like basically kind of your B personality driver, man, you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna either get run into or you're gonna have people yell at you. You gotta pretty much be.
Oh, they were laying on the horns. Like when we first got there, behind us, like, go. And I was like, okay, I think they're beefing at you. You need to go through the intersection. Just pull out there and hopefully they'll stop. I don't know.
Yeah. So that and also we went to a little rum distillery. It was Ron de Barrilito. And that was the only time in my life I had like a flight, and the 2 rum, one was 5-star. It was $750 a bottle.
Oh,
but I'll tell you right now, that's not the rum and coke rum.
No.
That's when you have a
graduation,
graduation or a special event or a wedding, and you break this bottle out, and everybody sits around a fireplace and you sip that. You don't rum and coke that stuff. I was like, how much is this? They $750. I was like, okay, but it was worth it. It was very, very good. I love Puerto Rico. I'd love to go back again and go really do it properly again. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, Joe, in Latin America, we don't believe in turn signals. No, not at all. That's
like
okay.
BMW drivers as well, don't.
Yeah, well, it's just anybody. But yeah, down there it's just, and also the directions are weird because you'll have their map and it looks like you get off here, but there's a little kickoff road that it's not really an exit. It's like this little side road that kind of runs parallel, and then you come right out and you're like, so you'll get off and you're like, oh shit, and then you got to get right back on. And of course, then there's a bunch of wall of cars and you got to drive. Yeah, it was pretty crazy driving around there. I had a lot of fun because I like driving like that, but my wife,
I hate driving.
My wife, my friends were with me. They were like, I'm glad you're driving because fuck
that's
this.
What I said.
It's like, fuck this, man. This is insanity. I'm like, I'm in. So, well, good deal. So let's talk about some phones. So what you've gotten? You're import. We know you are all about the import lifestyle and Huawei and Oppo and Realme and Xiaomi. And so I guess you saw the new Vivo. So are you going to get that in? Did you get it in the 60? Are you going to take it? Or is this not foldable? Is it not on your rear? Like how is your next like
what
6
I'm doing
months
lately?
of foldables? Right, exactly. What are you rocking?
I've been in the foldables for the past year plus. Right. So the only phones I'm using that aren't foldables are Pixels.
Yeah,
I'm team Pixels. So even if they weren't giving them to me, I probably would still get the Pixel, and I'm getting the Pixel Fold regardless if they give it to me or not. I've got to have it.
Of course you are.
But that's the only domestic phone I use that's not a foldable.
Right.
Outside of that, it's got to be a foldable and it's got to be imported because Samsung's putting out shit right now. And that's my personal opinion. A lot of people get offended, but they put out the same phone 3 or 4 times.
It's only the Samsung Knights that get offended. I think anybody who's willing to have a discussion that's logical about the phones, I mean, I think the Fold 4 is probably the best one of the folds that they've made, but it doesn't have enough of differentiation, and I don't like the aspect ratio. I'm way more.
Oh my god, that's the one that drives me nuts. Yeah,
I'm way more Oppo Find N, which is funny because our friend of the show, we like is Flossie Carter is the opposite. He doesn't really like the Oppo Find N's aspect ratio. He prefers the Samsung one. I think it's got a hot take because I think most people probably prefer
because the Pixel Fold's rumored to be like the Find N, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. It looks pretty good. I mean, I'm actually kind of excited about that. That's probably why I picked up my 7, and I'm glad I did because I had to give my 6 to my daughter, and then I thought, well, I'll be okay with using an S22 Ultra. It's a pretty good phone, and it was. But then I realized how much I hate not using a Pixel, so I just went out and I bought the Bullet, and I said, fuck it. I still got my Duo. I still have that. But I thought,
it's funny. My son's 7 comes tomorrow. I talked him into upgrading from the 6. I'm trading his 6 in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna record all that so they don't say it wasn't unlocked and you didn't send it back.
Right.
Because these companies been acting weird lately, but he's about to have a 7 as well. So yeah.
And Aditya, no, that is not a thing. It would be nice if it was, but no, we're he's friend of the show. He's not friends of us.
I mean, he's asked us a few times, but I said, look, we've got Gigi on this week.
And look,
Next week's Easter. I said, Flossie, just calm down, Flossie, calm down.
And I don't think I don't really know if I can work it in my schedule. We're hella busy around here. We're moving and shaking.
We'll fit him in one day.
No, that's not a thing. So no, it was funny because it was one of those takes that I heard and from a creator, like when Marquez made the comment about how the Duo 2 was objectively worse than the Duo 1. I was like,
really?
When he was reviewing the Duo 2, he's like, I think this is a step back in hardware. And I'm like, is he high? That's objectively wrong. It's just not even true. I mean, I can understand like your subjective takes about a feeling, but it's like, okay, it's got 888, it's got a better screen, 90 hertz, better speakers, NFC. It pretty much it has a camera housing now that's external. I don't know how on the hardware front any sane human being can make a comment that the Duo 2, except
did it feel more premium as well, Sam?
Well, yeah, but also, except the only thing is you can't close it fully. Like, with the Duo, you can close it completely flat. Now that hardware, I would say that's a legitimate take. But to say that the hardware is worse when every single component of the hardware was markedly improved is kind of like, I don't know if I can get behind that. I think
just saying shit to say shit.
Well, it's wrong. It's just fundamentally wrong. And that's when I liked about Flossie made that comment. He likes, again, it's subjective. He likes that skinny aspect ratio, but I'm telling you, I think that I find it as way more usable because it has to be usable in both aspects. That's for me.
I didn't think Flossie would like a skinny aspect ratio.
Well, I would think Xiaomi Fold 2. Mm-hmm. If you want the bigger, right? It's thin, and you still get the big screen.
Yeah.
So that would be if I'm suggesting to somebody who wants a big phone, Xiaomi Fold 2. Even though Vivo's about to have their second generation, which it seems like all these imported ones, they actually upgrade the phone when they bring out the next gen.
Right. It seems like there's tangible upgrades. There's like things that they either change with the screen or they change the body or they change the camera or
battery or something. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what do you think? Do you think the Fold 5 is going to be another one of these iterative ones? Do you think that the Samsung's going to try to just
rumors say so? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I
they're
guess
following Apple. They're following Apple. So
now I guess my question is, do you think that would be the same if all these foldables were available? If you could get a Xiaomi and an Oppo and a Vivo and you could the Fold, you got the Duo and the Pixel, right? So that's gonna be domestically. But yeah, I agree.
Have no competition, so I can put out the same thing every year and charge you for it.
Plus, I think they sold a pretty good amount of those of all the folds. I think the Fold 4 sold the best. It definitely got the best, visibility as far as people talking about it. A lot of people, hell, my buddy who's 70 years old finally decided to get a Fold. He loves the damn thing. I said, well, it's because I think if we had some other foldable phones you could try as
options,
you might like the folding category, but you might think that these aspect ratios are better for it. Batteries are better, cameras are better. So I don't know, but I couldn't believe when he told me he got a Fold 4. I was like, you got to be kidding me, really? You're going to use a Fold? He was like, yeah, I really like it. I was like,
well, that's what Samsung is steering people towards. They want Fold to be the future, so that's why you can't get Notes anymore.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is Juan keeps referring to it as a Note. He refuses
to call it. Because it is a Note, basically.
Yeah, he doesn't call it an Ultra. He calls it Note 23. That's what he calls it. And
because it pretty much is, right?
Well, I think so. It is a Note, and that's what it is. But it's a Note under a different name, right? So it's Samsung doing Samsung things, right? So
my brother cannot stand the Ultra line. He loved the Note, doesn't like the Ultra. So I guess it just depends on who you talk to. Yeah.
Well, I never had a Note. This is my first Note. This Ultra. But
yeah,
the battery life's good. I'll give it that.
Well, and my question though is the battery really good or is the 8 Gen 2 really, really good?
Well, I haven't had any other 8 Gen 2 devices, so
and that's I guess what I'm curious.
Probably is the chipset, yeah.
Everybody talks about like, well, look at Samsung, they did so much better with the battery. I said, but you didn't make the chipset, and from what I understand, it seems like the 8 Gen 2 is what's really driving these battery gains. I think they've made some changes with their software, but I think the 8 Gen 2 in any other phone is probably, if you talk to those phones, I don't know. Other phones people have been talking about significant battery gains in 8 Gen 2.
I think so, yeah. I think you're right.
I don't know.
Yeah, because before now, people were talking about how crappy the battery life was.
Yeah,
Right.
especially the Exynos version.
I
Wow.
was gonna say I'm just happy that Samsung finally decided for people like Joe and people in the UK and people overseas can just get rid of Exynos because
I wouldn't
that
touch
for
them before.
For that's a significant upgrade right there. That
Mhm.
makes Samsung a whole lot more palatable to a foreign market, especially Europe and the UK.
Although I planned to switch this out, didn't I? But now I can't.
Why not?
Stuck. Because staff plan, we have to wait 12 months now. They changed the rules.
Oh wow! So staff could just like store managers can't just keep switching them out like but
No,
can your customers?
we've got a proposition called Switch Up, so anyone can switch up whenever they want.
Okay.
Because I'm on staff plan, which basically I only pay for the device. They've said, oh, now you can only switch up every 12 months. I was like, shit, I've just bought this.
Well, that's fun. Let me go back to the regular switch up plan, like the regular consumer. I don't need a staff plan, so that way I can switch it up.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't pay for my airtime. I just pay for the device. Oh. So that's how they can say, yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
I've got my wife on my contract. So when her comes up for renewal, I'm going to put her on staff plan and I'm going to go on friends and family.
Yeah. Speaking of people who are sick as shit, did you see what happened to Jermaine's Xiaomi? The 11,
No.
He broke it. He dropped it.
What?
He broke the screen. He shattered the screen in the back corner. The corner.
It broke it, yeah.
Oh yeah, bad.
On the 1st
Did it
of
have
April.
a case on it?
I don't. Well, I don't.
Well,
think
did
so,
he break it for real? Or was it April Fools?
No,
Sam?
I don't know.
It was the 1st of April.
Oh, was it really? Oh, he didn't break it. Damn. I was like, well, again. See, sometimes you get me. See, when you pull me,
Jermaine got you.
He sent me a picture like this where he's got to hold up an iPhone. I'm like, fuck you didn't buy an iPhone. It's April Fool's, right?
Yeah, Barry called it straight away as well.
And then I didn't even.
I stay off
it.
social media on April Fool's Day.
Oh, it messed me up. Damn it, the hell.
Yesterday they said that Tom Brady was going back to the New England Patriots.
Oh no, that's all bullshit. Yeah, that one is obvious, right? But no, I mean, damn,
people
was like,
believing it, sir. It's you get every time.
I'm a fool every day. So it's all good.
Man, it's god damn it. Man, I thought you had many fools. Yeah, you had me totally, until like 30 seconds ago. I thought it was like I saw that, I was like, oh shit.
But like, the usuals are I'm quitting YouTube, I'm pregnant. What was some of the other ones? Like people are all over the place, but the usuals come out every year.
Right. And then of course I didn't watch the video, but I had Marquez's video that like mid-year review. I'm like, I'm not even watching this silliness. This is silly.
Yeah, somebody asked me.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't watch it. I saw it came up on my subscription feed. I was like, okay, yeah, clearly that's April Fool's.
No social media on April Fool's for me.
Yeah, I probably should follow. That's probably a good idea. I probably should do that from now on. So of all the phone tools, like I thought about getting the Xiaomi, but I mean, do you like that one more? I mean, what about the Xiaomi the Fold? Do you like is the thinness or the size? Like, what is it like?
I had the first gen, so.
Okay.
It actually had a good upgrade to this one. It's so much lighter. Like people say, oh, it doesn't matter. I got a purse or something to carry it in. When you're using that phone, it gets heavy after a while if it's a heavy phone.
You like doing stuff.
So
yeah, for sure.
This phone is like the lightest foldable I've had to date. The camera is excellent. The battery life is good. I mean, it's just an all-around good phone. But Xiaomi puts out great phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about their software, but what do you think of their software? What do you think of MIUI? I
don't use launchers and stuff, so I don't. Yeah. It's fine with me.
Yeah, I had a Mi 11. Actually, that's the phone I had in Puerto Rico. Was the Mi 11 with the vegan leather back? I love that. The only reason I got rid of it because it was a Chinese only ROM and I was having some issues with it as far as notifications. And I could have flashed a global on it, but I was like, I didn't want to go through all that hassle. And I found a guy who really gave me a pretty good deal on buying it, so I sold it. But man. That phone, I like MIUI. Everybody complains about Xiaomi's software being.
I need to try one. I've never tried one.
Oh yeah, you need to.
I like MIUI. I don't have any problem with it. Yeah, it's got a little, it's got a little bit of an Apple kind of feel to it, but I don't think it. I've never had. Now the Xiaomi phone.
I'm not anti-Apple. I have a Mini.
No, neither am I. Yeah,
I'm going to tweet Xiaomi every day and beg them for one.
I saw an article and just before we came on here, and I was reading about Xiaomi having some financial difficulties. Like they had a pretty low sales quarter. I don't know if it was across the board because they sell all sorts of shit like robots, and vacuum cleaners, and all.
They're like Samsung. They sell everything.
Right.
There's rumor they're gonna have a car next year, Xiaomi car.
They probably do.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be surprised, especially in China. But I'm just curious. They talked about sales. I didn't know if they were talking about across all segments, like globally.
Oh, I gotta look that up. I might cover that Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't even see. I wish I would have grabbed the article. I was just kind of reading about it, and I don't know who said something to me about
So
it.
they sell a lot of units for little profit because they sell so many.
Well, also it's definitely affordable. I mean, hell, I was looking at getting the Mi 7, the Mi Band 7, to replace the 6.
Oh yeah, you do like the bands.
I'm telling you, man, this is like. I told people if I'm not into the Pixel watch, but if Pixel would have made a Pixel band like this or made a little bit bigger, that was more like the Active, like Samsung did. It was maybe $199. They had more of a fitness kind of a bent. I would take my money. I want something that I don't have to charge every day or every 2 days.
I was gonna say, how often do you charge your band?
About once every 10 days, 10 to 12.
Okay, what you got,
that's
Joe?
not bad.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Also, this cost me $40. $40. 40.
Just like my phones, I keep my watches imported too. This is the Huawei GT3 Pro.
Nice.
Ceramic.
I still got my Huawei
watch.
upstairs. Oh man, but it's just old.
But
yeah, I love my Huawei.
Yeah,
I had a customer with a GT2 yesterday, and
I
she
gave my
couldn't
son my
connect it.
GT2.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful watch.
Oh man, I mean, I still have my Huawei upstairs, my Huawei watch, and it's fantastic. It's just slow and old, but I mean, it still works, and we could use it. But I just don't like to plug it in because what happens is a lot of times, and I've noticed this when I sleep overnight. I don't do sleep tracking because I have a.
Me neither. I don't wear jewelry to sleep.
Yeah, and like I said, I still have my watch on, but it's nice because I used to have the alarm go off at my bed. Well, I get up early. I get up like 4:30, 4:45 in the morning, so I get up kind of early. But I used to have it on an audible alarm, and it would wake my wife up. So I used the Huawei because it just was the Xiaomi because it just vibrates, and it was. Now I don't have to worry about it. I have 2 Boston Terriers that fucking wake up like 5 o'clock on the dot. So even if I try to sleep in on a Sunday, like today, I tried to sleep until like 5:30. Fucking. I mean, my Milo will literally tap me on the forehead with his paw. He'll paw me on the forehead. I'm like, really?
He's like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah,
right
like,
now.
Motherfucker, it's food time.
He does it delicately like that.
And here's the thing. If I try to go back to sleep, he'll go, okay, you want to play that game? He'll go downstairs and he'll shit right at the door.
Oh.
Right at the door. Yeah.
He didn't see that coming.
Yeah, just to let you know who's running shit. Apparently, it's not the human. Apparently, it's my 2 Boston Terriers. That's who's running.
Yes,
I didn't see that coming.
None of my watches I have to charge more often than once a week. I can't do anything that's less than a week. I'm spoiled now.
Looks like
so.
LaShawn had sell the GT2. I guess did you replace it or did you just did it break? Or
he got rid of it. He has a Samsung.
Oh,
so yeah.
Oh.
I got the Oppo watch, but I haven't put my video out yet because I'm wondering if it's just me. This is my second Oppo watch, but this is the 3, and I can't get the 3 to connect to anything but Oppo devices.
Oh, strange.
Yes, if you let it connect to other devices before, why would you stop it now?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I put a halt on putting that video out because I'm wondering if it's a me thing. Because I don't like putting out bad information, but
right, you want to make sure you vet it properly and that kind
of thing. You do have a Samsung watch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, he's just giving you trouble. So yeah, I love my the Huawei watch I bought. I got it used, and it's been awesome. And I will say, I have my Samsung watch, and it sits in the drawer. It's not because I not because I dislike it. It's great, and I got a little kind of like a mesh, like little band. It's great.
Milanese one.
Yeah, but I gotta charge it.
You don't like to charge it.
I don't like to charge it because I charge it at night. Well, if I'm charging it, I can't wear it, and then if it vibrates, I can't either. But again, like I said, it's one of those.
Sam, I didn't know we was going to that segment. What's in Sam's drawer? What's in Reggie's drawer?
you missed this. So we have a new segment on the show where everybody at their house or in their office has a drawer of either it's in the kitchen. You know the drawer you have, the useless shit drawer. It's got like pens and batteries.
Well, I have a watch drawer because I don't sell my watches for some reason.
Now, is that because people don't really buy the watches, or is it just because you just?
I think that's pretty much it. You're not going to get much back out of them after you buy them.
Right.
I told somebody in the chat I'd sell them my Huawei 3. It's not a GT, it's just a 3.
Right.
But it's just because I hate that it's sitting and it's such a great watch. Right. And I'm like, somebody needs to be using this watch.
So it's too good to be sitting.
I guess my question is, could you maybe leverage your community? Like, put it out there and say, hey, I'm selling the 3. I mean, it's not regularly like using them because obviously you're not, but at least, people that like if I had, we had like hundreds of people or thousands of people that followed the show, which they don't, by the way. But if they did, and I had watches I want to get rid of, I would give them like, it's like, hey, this is a watch. And I would definitely buy one from you because I know it's going to be taken care of. You're not going to fuck me on the deal. I know you. I'm part of your community. So it's like, hey, it's a GT3 or just a watch, a Huawei Watch 3. It'd be willing to buy it. I know it'd be kind of something.
And I cut them way low. When I tell people that, I'm like, when I sold my Pixel, I really, it was like half price when I sold it.
Wait, Velvet was cheap.
Oh, my Velvet was really cheap. Yeah. And it's usually another creator that I'm selling it to. So it's just like, hey, take this,
Yeah.
You're too kind.
And DT wants to get the MI. What is DT still using that? Was he using the G7? I thought he was using the LG G7.
Oh, he's got a Sony.
Oh, he's got a Sony.
Yeah, he's got a Sony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought he did.
Yeah, he said it's his identity. Well,
I've never owned a Sony.
I've had one, and it was an XZ1, and I liked the phone, even with the bezels and all. I liked it.
I had the 1 Mark IV. I loved it.
No, I was going to ask, why'd you get rid of it? Seriously, don't give me because I'm Team Pixel or because seriously, like what? There had to be some reason about the phone that you just were like, there's got to be. I was
switching up. I had the intention of changing because I went to the Oppo after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
he's got a 5 Mark II. Okay. Honestly,
the naming with Sony's, I cannot keep up with the naming. It's all over the fucking place. I'm like, which one is this?
They're ridiculous. But yeah, like I said, I would get all the 5s. I like the 5s better because I noticed, and that's part of the reason why I got.
Do they have a set of 5s?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3.
Yeah, Mark 4. That's where we are now until they decided, hey, can we come up with a better or worse naming convention? Let's do all that shit. But I honestly,
so it's called the Sony 5 Mark whatever.
Yeah. Sony 1 Mark 4, Sony 5. Oh, and better yet, the Sony 10 Mark. Yeah, the 10. That's the cheap shit.
But the 10 is the cheaper one. Yeah.
Yeah, the 10's for like the basic bitches. That's like the plastic one that apparently that never get it.
Tell you what, it's a good value device though.
Well, apparently not, but on GS and Marina, they shit on that thing hardcore. Like,
that's not a bad device.
Today.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I went out to eat with some tech tuber friends yesterday. We all met up. I drove about 2 hours to meet up with these great folks. Twin Folk Tech, Jason, he's the review suite, but he's changed his name. And Dwayne Mims is Wayne Train.
Mims?
But either way. So I met up with them and we had lunch. And Wayne Train had the Asus Zenfone 9.
Okay.
That is a nice device in hand. Like literally, it's the same size as this phone, but it's not a foldable.
Man, I love
that's magical to me.
I am this close to getting the Oppo Find In. I am like, and I know I'll lose, and I know my wife was listening to this. It would be like, like in memory, like in the arms.
You know what?
Dude, dumb ways to die. I would be a dumb ways to die meme if I did that phone.
Because they just announced specs for the 3. When LaShawn finishes playing with the 1, I'll have him send it to you so you can play with it.
Oh man, I would. And if I'm afraid, well, I'll tell you right now, if he's willing
that's
to sell
the one,
I'll probably buy it. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. The only thing I worry about,
but it upgraded. It's running fine.
The only reason I wonder is I mean, do you have issues with like notifications? I know that's the big thing too. With like
a lot of people say that, and I think because
aggressive RAM management with any Chinese device. And I've had it with my Huawei before. I'm like, is that a thing?
I've not had issue. I don't have a backup phone that's a domestic phone, so that tells you I'm getting my notifications because where else would I get them from?
Right, exactly.
But one of the guys said if you clear out your memory, which I don't do, like close all your apps that are running in the background. I said it's 2023. I shouldn't have to close out.
Right. I mean, really, we're gonna. You have memory cleaners. Remember those back in the day in the old Android? Oh, yeah, right.
So as long as you're leaving your apps running, I don't see where you should have a problem. And Barry says he doesn't have any notification issues either. So
yeah. So I know always that's always what people can. I know when Michael Fisher was talking about the Oppo and the other Chinese phones, he's always talking about notification problems, and I'm like, yeah,
it was. I think T had went and got the Vivo Fold, And he was like, "Man, I can't believe that Michael Fisher said you couldn't get notifications." He said, "My notifications are fine."
Yeah. Like
So
I
it's
said, I had
like,
one issue with a Huawei device I had when I had the Mate 30. I had to go in and really start to kind of mess with the settings and really kind of allow some stuff. But some of that stuff, honestly, I don't know about you, but I suppress a lot of apps that have notifications.
I was gonna say that's the thing I like. I don't want
suppress the shit
notifications
out
from
of 'em.
everything.
Yeah.
No,
It's
So
like,
I
don't.
want
Yeah.
what I want. I don't want Netflix telling me the latest movie's out.
hey, you
I
got a
don't
movie.
care.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
they make movies every day. Shit comes out all the time. It's like why do you decide? And then mine does what it does is it actually tries to like download. We suggest this movie. I'm like, where are you getting these
No.
suggestions from? Because it's not from me.
No.
But on Netflix we have like shared accounts. You know, like my wife and them.
Yeah.
So I think it's
It's like
grabbing some
junk
of their
mail, isn't
shit.
it?
Well, no, it's like they're grabbing their shit, and it's like, well, I don't. That's not a movie I watch. I'm like, that would not be a good suggestion for me at all. So I always put thumbs down because I'm like, don't suggest more shit like this because that's not a genre of movie that I'm interested in. Oh,
Same for Disney Plus and stuff like that. I don't want Disney Plus giving me notifications. I know when the Mandalorian drops, and I'll watch it when I want to watch it.
I've
you know?
never watched one of those episodes.
Oh my God,
I-
Reggie.
Blasphemy, sir.
Well,
What's
it's
wrong
not
with
because
you?
I'm not interested in Star Wars. I love the series. I love the.
And
the
see, I'm
universe.
not interested in Star Wars, but I can't get enough of this guy. You know?
I just
Yeah,
I don't
Grogu's
watch a lot
cute.
of television. I mean, and that's just it. Like I just
Sam, you're
don't.
getting old, man.
Yes, you are.
Getting old. I am old. I've been getting old for a long time.
Look,
Don't
you
start
are.
because now
The
indeed
chat is upset with you now.
Yep.
Well, what's wrong with me? Well, we only have an hour on the show, and actually we've already burned 41 minutes talking to Gigi, which is the best 41 minutes of my week, by the way. However, what's wrong with me? We need more than one podcast to decompress all that bullshit because there's a lot of stuff.
We'll make that a whole episode one week, yeah? What's wrong with
Well,
Reggie?
what's wrong with Sam?
Wrong with Reggie?
Tons of shit. First of all, that I have an identity problem that I keep calling myself Reggie for no other reason. And my wife's like, "What the fuck is this Reggie thing?" I'm like, "Well," and it's funny because I said,
You have to refer back to the.
I said, hey, asshole, remember the fucking thing you were shitting on me about the fact that I was like screwed myself and basically made myself like a complete moron? She goes, yeah. I said, that's because of that. She started calling me Reggie because I called her Rachel. And she's like, well, that's a smart woman there. I said, no shit. That's why I'm a fan of her channel. Why do you think I subscribed to her? Duh.
I think I have nicknames for most of my regular people. I think that's funny that everybody has these
But
nicknames.
it's funny because she didn't put two and two together until I had to mention to her. I'm like, oh, hey, by the way, remember when you're fucking with me? That's the other end of that fuckitude. Screw her.
Oh, she's a wonderful person.
Oh, my wife,
Right.
she's a saint because if she's got to put up with me, I mean,
It's gotta be, yeah.
what do you don't even fuck you. You don't even live with me, dude. Like we do this show together. I'll tell you one thing though. It's really
Joe, are
great
you
is-
married?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, and you should
Yeah.
see his daughter, Sorsha. She is the most adorable child. I don't like other people's kids for the most part, especially little kids. No, I don't. I mean, I'm not trying to. I don't want anything harmful to it. I just that they are.
I mean, I
annoying
think
and
she's cute, but
she is the most adorable
How old
little
is
girl.
she?
3.
Yeah,
Oh,
she is.
She's
better
cheeky,
enjoy all of
very.
these moments.
And full of energy and full of like personality. Like I watch her, I just go, honey, I don't want to have children. We can't. We're too old now. But man, if we were,
I was
gonna have
like,
a little
Reggie,
girl-
I officially feel old now. He says he has a 3-year-old. I'm like,
Oh,
my
I know.
baby is 21.
Yeah, my daughters are 21 as well.
Yeah,
so
but
we're
it'll
like
always
the
be
same
your
boat.
baby, right?
But man,
Always.
he sends me
Yes,
these
he
pictures
will.
of this girl like just eating a little cup or having a little time playing. And oh my God, she is the most adorable little girl. She is so cute. And she's just fun. I mean, I would love to have that. I mean, it's like, you know, she's awesome. I love her. Oh my God.
She can be awesome.
Look at Aditya.
Aditya, what a legend.
I'm not stupid, but I am old. He gave me 50 of the ZZK monies. I don't know what ZZK monies are. That's
Well, it's
check.
green, so
check
that's in
Krona.
that $5 to $10, well, $5 to
It's-
$9.99 area.
Is that check?
Czech
they-
krona. Yeah.
Czech krona. Okay, I didn't know they were using euro. Oh, they're not. They're using Czech.
No, they use Czech krona.
Well, how do you know so much? And like, you know,
Because I used to work in the Bureau de Change.
You did? Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, you're learning all kinds of stuff today.
No, I did not know that.
Only for a very short period. Very short period.
Really? That's interesting. Czech krona.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Aditya, thank you very much for the Czech krona.
Absolute
and of course,
legend.
we love you. Legend as always. But yeah, we
He's a great supporter too. He comes.
Oh
by my
God,
channel.
DK is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my favorite people, just in general, because he's not at all shy about messing with me, and that's what I love. Anybody who's willing just to let it rip, and it's like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna let.
He's
him
smart
do it.
with it as well. I love it.
Well, he's going to medical school. Is that can't?
Yeah,
you-
well,
Oh,
yeah.
really? I did
Yeah,
not
he's
know
gonna
Yeah.
be a
that.
doctor. Yeah.
Dr. Aditya. Or Dr. Anil.
Wonderful.
Be Dr. Anil, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. That's a
Yeah.
whole nother podcast right
Right.
there, huh?
You're still at Interpol. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Ow. You working at Snow Hill, huh? You're like Snow Hill? Is that what you're working at? Yeah, huh? You're like London.
No, it's all
Metro-
lies. I worked in ladies' wear for a long time. Yep.
Part-time pervert.
Yeah.
I don't
That's why I'm called Randy.
You muted yourself, Reggie.
Damn it,
Stop
dude.
muting yourself.
Oh,
Probably
is
for the
it- is
best.
that you walking around in the shops going? Oh,
Do you know what, my last
that's-
before I went to where I am now, I actually worked for a brand that sold mature women's clothing. And when I say
Oh,
mature,
wow.
I mean
old.
yeah,
Very
much older.
old.
Like they'd come in with like
Come from a very diverse background.
I was gonna
Wow,
say, I
sir.
mean, there's some retail hell in there, but I mean, I know working for your new deals, but gee, I did retail, but it was sports apparel, so I sold like hats and shirts, and that's how I
I
got.
worked for
Well, I
Arsenal for
sold
8 years.
Yeah, that's why he's a
Yeah.
fan of Chelsea.
No, hell
Oh,
no.
The boyfriend likes Chelsea.
Yeah,
Oh,
Did you know?
I'm
that was
a
the boyfriend's
gooner.
team?
I'm a
Yeah.
What is a
gooner.
gooner? Which team is that?
Arsenal.
the Gooners.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I have
guess
a friend that's a Liverpool fan.
I don't have a team. I guess when I was with
Me neither. I
with
just like
Matt,
it all.
he was at Derby, but they got relegated. I think they're still in Champions League, right?
The Champions
Well,
League for Derby, no chance.
Oh, okay. So are they in the league like League One? What's below that?
No, you mean Championship.
Championship, right?
Yeah, Champions League is the European competition that all the top clubs play in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I
Derby
know-
would not be in that.
Right. Well, like I said, I kind of followed them a little bit because of Matt, because he's a big, huge Derby. And then I really don't have a team because I don't really know where, like some of them, I don't know where they are physically located, right? Because they don't have city names. So, you know,
Right.
some like Liverpool, obviously, but then you got Chelsea. I'm like, I don't. Crystal
Well,
Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Chelsea's
know
a
where
part
that's
of London, mate.
Sure. You say it like I should know that, but I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
should bloody know that, Sam.
Right. I should
We're-
know that.
Again, I'll break it down and say, we're the dumb Americans that are just getting into like soccer. or
Well,
Yeah.
football.
And like I said,
Well,
and
nice.
I had forgot to mention St. Louis FC lost their first match yesterday, 1-0 to.
I don't even know if we lost yesterday.
I think it's
Mhm.
Minneapolis or Minneapolis. I think it's Minneapolis AC or something like that. 1-0. So they didn't get their asses kicked. Kind of a shitty penalty though. I have to admit. I saw the video of it. I was like, okay, that's kind of lame. But other than
Yeah,
that,
it'll
but
be good for the team, mate. I'm telling you.
So they're 5-1. They're still in charge of the Western Conference, but yeah, they're still good. I mean, hell, if they were 3-3 being an expansion team, I'd be happy with that. But they had a toasted ravioli night. So on their kit, is that what they call it? The kit, the
Yeah,
shirt.
the sponsorship.
Well, no, yeah, it was. It said ravioli, but it looked like a company. So they had toasted raviolis because that's a thing in St. Louis, by the way. And I don't know if they
That's
have those where. Oh no, I need to send them to you.
Oh, we had a tie.
Oh, that's okay. At least you didn't lose.
Thai food.
Right.
No, I was saying our team, we played Toronto. Charlotte played Toronto. and it was a
You
tie.
guys are in the Eastern Conference, right? Your team?
You're asking me?
I don't know.
I don't know what yes, we are.
She don't
It's
know
in
and she
Toronto.
don't care.
Well, and the reason why is because I noticed that we weren't going to play Chicago Fire, like the Chicago team. And they were like, oh, because, and then of course, Scoop, who's in the chat or was in the chat, said, oh, hey, no, because they're all, it's very conference. So you only play teams in your conference. So I was like, well, that sucks because apparently Chicago FC or Chicago Fire, they're in the Eastern Conference. So I guess we'll never play them. So
yeah,
was
Scoop
gonna-
I'm
knows
supposed to
football.
attend my-
yeah. Scoop knows football. Yeah, for sure.
I'm supposed to go to my first Charlotte game sometime this year. But I'm heavier into F1, so I stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch the race.
I was about to
Those
say,
in
are you into
Australia.
any sport?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, American football, F1 baseball. Yeah, I like a lot.
So I was like, how do you think your Braves going to do? You think they're going to win the East again? I think they should.
I
They're
hope
they're
so,
pretty
but
strong.
today we lost. But
Well, that's okay. It's the Washington Nationals. I don't know about that. They're not.
Well, we put this rookie pitcher in, and he walked 3 players, walked them in. So we started at a deficit on that game. Yes.
Well, we had our ace Jack Flaherty threw last night. He walked 7 batters. I'm like, bro, we still wound up winning, which I don't understand how you walk 7 and still win a game. But yeah, so we're. I think the Cardinals are going to be okay, but their pitching is going to be suspect. I don't think we have enough arms, honestly.
Sorry, I offended you, Scoop. He said it's called a draw, not a tie. But
yeah,
it was 2-2. It was 2-2. I'll put it.
Well, hell, I didn't know what a clean sheet was until this season. I didn't know what that was.
I don't know what it is. What's a clean sheet?
That's when you don't give up like any goals. It's a shutout. That's what it is. It's a shutout.
Yeah.
It's called a clean sheet.
Yeah, give me the terms I know. Shutout is fine.
That's called a shutout.
Yeah, Reggie sleeps naked, so he never has a clean sheet.
No.
That's fair. I don't. I sleep with boxer shorts, but no, okay, it's close enough. But it's all right.
I sleep with boxers as well.
Yeah, anyways,
TMI.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was called a clean sheet. We called it shutouts here in the United States. I was like, the shutout. It's okay. But yeah, apparently they don't have any ties. So now there we go. See, Gigi, we learned something new today. We learned that Sony has phones that have fucked up names, and apparently a clean sheet is
Gigi, I want to know more about your channel and how you sort of got round to doing it.
I got forced.
Forced. Thank you to that person.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to do YouTube. I was great with being on podcasts, on other people's streams. And everybody's like, oh, you really have a knack for this. You really should start a channel. And I was like, I don't have time. Pandemic rolled around. My son graduated. And I was like, well, I'm doing some working from home. I got time. I picked up a GoPro and just started. And from that point on, it was kind of all she wrote. But
do you enjoy it, though? You must enjoy it. Yeah.
I only do it because I enjoy it. If I didn't, I'm not out here trying to be MKBHD. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. My channel is very niche. Like, how many people are watching about imports? Because I don't really cover domestic stuff.
That's the type of channels we like, isn't it, Reggie?
Well, yeah, and especially for
nerds like my channel, but that's about it. And people overseas.
We're nerds.
Well, honestly, because when I go look around, like when I was looking the other day, I saw a find end. I didn't go to GizTop because that's just kind of like what I know, right? That's kind of my gateway. But then I was looking around just for like some of the devices they had on there. I tried to search one on YouTube. Nobody really had a review about it. Or if the review was, it was somebody from India or was a foreign person or whatever, somebody I'd never heard of. That was a lot, just somebody just talking about it. But for a person like me who's always been interested in imports, I have a Huawei P30 still. I mean, I do like them. I like a channel because I can go there. At least I know you'll talk about it, and somebody I can at least know who's actually used the device and actually.
Yeah, most people give you an overview, whereas I want to be able to tell you if something's not working right. Hey, this isn't working right. And probably by the next video, I can say, hey, this is how you fix the problem that was in my last video that didn't work right. So those kind of videos aren't out there. Most people, even if they're bigger channels, they'll give you an overview of the phone. Notifications don't work. And it's a nice phone, but you can't use it in the US. And that's all you hear from them. And I'm like, this is how you use this phone in the US. This is how it works.
And that's what I'm more worried about, because for a person like me who's going to be importing that device, I need to know is like, if I can't get notifications to work, I mean, even just it's not a deal breaker, but or can you functionally use a Huawei device? Like, my question is, would you use a Huawei device with no Google Play services and just go completely
I miss Huawei so much.
I'm telling you, I actually had a Mate 30 and I had to do the whole, where I, flashed it and I had to I got it to work sort of where I can get some of the phones, but I think I could go Google Play services and not really worry too much about it. So I can get some of the basic stuff. I think I can pull it off.
There are still workarounds, but most of the problem I have now, because see, I'm sitting here looking at my Mate X3.
Yeah.
Which does have Huawei on it. I mean, it does have Google Play services on it, but it took me 6 hours to do it.
Oh.
And
when I did mine, I had to flash it.
Video.
I had to do it probably 10 times before it finally got the process to where it took. It failed here, then it failed to this step and start over, flash the phone, start again. And finally, after the 10th time, it finally got up through the steps and it seemed like it worked.
But the newer ones now, they don't have 5G, and I actually have 5G in my area.
Right.
So that would be my deal breaker. Right. Because you can get
nice to have
services. Yeah, 5G is great.
Yeah.
when you get it.
Yep,
We
she's
only got
flipping
about
it.
30% in the UK.
Yeah.
Bit
Oh, I
rubbish.
got it. It used to be I only had it at work when I worked uptown in Charlotte, but now I work in South Carolina. It's not like a big city, and they have 5G. I have 5G at home. Everywhere I go, I have 5G. So it's like,
Yeah.
You get the proper
Now-
5G as well. We don't.
yeah,
Right. And you notice a definite difference in the speeds, right? For sure.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I get 5G, but then it's one of those things where it says it on my Pixel, but then I'll be in a place where I'll still get the AT&T 5G evolution bullshit.
Stop.
Right. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like I don't really know if I'm getting it or not. I probably am, but I don't know. It's not like, oh, that's way more blistering speed than if I were.
Me and the boyfriend were sitting side by side. He had his Moto 5G, Moto Razor 5G. I had the new Razor 2022, and we did speed test. And he was like, "Why is yours so much faster than mine?" I'm like, "Mine is a newer phone." He was like, "But yours isn't even a domestic phone." I was like, "Yeah, but it has 5G,
Right.
so proper 5G speeds."
Yeah, Vivo dark mode. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So the dark mode interferes with notifications for some reason.
Really?
I
Oh,
thought they fixed that though.
Well, maybe they have, but I didn't know that a dark mode would. I guess
That's the
Initially,
first
when
thing
I
I
got the
do.
phone, that was a thing. Yeah.
really.
Me too.
I wonder why dark
Yeah.
mode would do that. That's kind of an odd part of the code for like a dark mode.
XDA is a savior. You get these weird kind of issues.
Right.
And I think also for that phone, you can change the 5G barrier or something. It's some kind of 5G thing on there, and it makes it so it's faster. So people have played with these things and gotten on this XDA and share with the class.
I mean, XDA used to be my jam when I used to like actually flash ROMs and stuff on my HTC devices. I lived on that website. I mean, that was a godsend for me. Had 3 meetings to stop tripping to get that Moto Razor 22.
Oh, he already has it, sir.
Yep,
He's out of knowing it now.
See? There you go.
Gigi, what's your favorite foldable so far?
Of
Ugh.
all,
Is
objective.
that hard to answer?
It's hard because I feel like they all have their different categories. Like everybody says the Phi N2 is my favorite. Yes, because it's pocketable. It's like if I'm double phoning it, like I always am, I can carry 2 phones in the same hand. It's not an issue, right? But when I want a big one, that's why I haven't sold my Xiaomi. I have the big Xiaomi that I can take out. If I go slab, I want to go Pixel, which isn't a foldable. But I think the 3 I have now, these 3s, the Xiaomi, the Oppo, and the Oppo, those are my favorites.
No, I guess my question is, I know you don't do domestics, but it's a Pixel Fold. Are you going to try to take a swing on that and see what's going on?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. I didn't know because, like I said, I know you're into Pixel, Team Pixel, but I didn't know.
I have 2 Sims.
Reggie, she said earlier she was going to.
Yeah.
What?
You're
he's
not
not paying
listening.
me any attention.
Yeah. Just making sure.
But I
Poor
want to try
Reggie's
those
hearing.
side by side. I think these 2 need to go side by side. So
Yeah, that would be good.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be.
And
really,
you see OnePlus, but if you got the Oppo Find N, probably the OnePlus is just going to be a rebadged Oppo device, right? So
that's what I thought too.
I guess my question is going to be: let's say if you're not a person that maybe feels comfortable getting the Oppo and importing and kind of going all that, but you still want to have essentially an Oppo device, right? Because that's what you would you suggest maybe if it seems like it's pretty good, will it? If OnePlus can kind of bring a device that's more North American centric,
that might be the actual second OnePlus I've ever purchased.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever heard my story about why I had one OnePlus and never bought another one.
No, it's kind of sounds like Volkswagens. When people say they bought a Volkswagen, you never heard anybody say, "Yeah, I've had Volkswagens for years," and like, "This is your 3rd one." Yeah, and usually when they have one, they're like, "I'm done with this fucking car."
OnePlus people buy those back to back to back.
Yeah.
I had one and it didn't take phone calls, and I was like,
That's pretty fundamental with a phone as well.
"Yes." People said I sounded like I was underwater unless I was on Bluetooth, and I was like, "You know what? This is going back, and I'm not ready yet." Like it was my first one. And I'm like, "Yeah."
The only OnePlus I've ever had that had that problem was the original OnePlus One, the old OG one. And I swear to God, my daughter's like, "Dad, you sound like you're robotic. Like your voice is digitized. Like, man, it sounds like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you're, it's like Daft Punk is what you sound like on this phone call." And I said, "Really?" She was like, "Yeah." And then everybody I heard sounded digitized. It just was like terrible.
No, I heard everybody fine. They said I was underwater. I put the Bluetooth in, they could hear me just fine. And I was like, I can keep this, but I'll only be able to talk to people on Bluetooth. No.
Wow.
Can't be doing that.
So yeah, I'm really interested. Like I said, I think the Xiaomi is probably a little bit higher than I want, but I think I'm willing to go to the Oppo Find N just to kind of see what it's like. But yeah, I've been really eyeballing.
Oh,
it,
you'd be surprised. The Xiaomi has been out longer, so it's discounted more. So.
Oh really? Yeah, I guess the
Yeah.
original one, not the two. But I do you have any?
Oh, the original one. The
any
original
updates?
one was like
Yeah.
the Fold. It was like the Samsung Fold,
So on
like
the
same
3,
dimensions.
Yeah, on the 3, are they talking about dates for release? Have you been? Paying
Oh
attention?
no, they were just the rumored specs or whatever. Hopefully, it doesn't come out soon because this hadn't been out that long.
I was gonna say, yeah. Maybe they'll come out the 2S. Like remember the old days when Xiaomi used to come up with S devices? Yeah, it was kind of like, well, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I if you're a person who's interested in foldables one, and then definitely import anything, but any imports as far as watches, as far as phones. If you obviously anybody in this chat, anybody's gonna be listening to this afterwards, you need to be checking out GG's channel. But I mean, hopefully you'll get some time and really get back into the content. I noticed it's kind of not been as robust, and I guess it's just life, right? Life happens. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What can you do?
Yep.
So that's good. So anyway,
Dementia's kicking in.
I'll tell you, man, it's never gonna like hold back, man. And the reason why I let it happen is one, because he's always got some good quips, but two, it's always from a place of love. Like I realize he's just giving me, it's definitely not because he hates me.
You know who that is for me, but he's not in my chat. He's usually on my panel. That would be Sean P.
Oh yeah, Sean's good dude. Like, and he'll let it fly. Like I ain't even gonna step to him because I'm like he's gone with him and Savage get into it. Holy shit, man! I'm gonna sit here and let this all
the Escobar fold.
Escobar fold.
Yeah, the Escobar fold.
But you know what was funny? When that one dropped, I was trying to find it. I was like, if I get my hands on one of these, I'll get it.
Oh, you might as well, just because you'd be the only person to be like, damn, you got the Escobar fold? Almost just you should like do it. This is the best fold ever. It's just foldable and it's rolled. Dude, I'd be like, yeah, Gigi's a gangster, man. That would if you could find that device from anybody, that would have been awesome. I was
trying to find it when it dropped. In like the ones that aren't even in the market. People ask me, are you gonna get I forget what the cheap budget one everybody has now.
Oh, the Phantom? Is that Phantom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where would I get that from?
Like, I guess that's really like in the bowels of China, right? Is that where they basically
in the bowels of China?
No, that's one of those they sell it in India and Africa, and I'm like, where would I get that from? Yeah,
right. In case next time I'm in like I said, if I'm ever Mumbai or like Delhi, I'll just stop by a market and snag one of them, right? Because I'm just like fucking around and like, all right, go get some shawarma. Go check out the Taj Mahal. Oh, by the way, you got one of these Phantoms I could pick up real quick? I'll just buy it straight up from you.
Dude, if you take a Pixel with you, they'll happily trade it. They love Pixel out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I do have somebody, I'm not going to out her. I have a friend that's over in China, and she works over there, and she found my channel and sent me a DM on Instagram. So she said, like a couple other people, my videos is what told her, hey, I can get this phone, because she comes back to the States too.
Right.
She's getting Oppo Find N too.
Oh, okay.
And she says, your videos help me feel like I'm comfortable with buying this device. She was like, so if there are cases, she sends me pictures of cases and stuff that she has access to all the time.
Wow.
That I don't. And she's like, if any of these you like them,
sure, absolutely. Yeah.
You like any of these, let me know. I'm like, hey, just let me know how to send you the money for them. Because, if you're going to get them for me, I'm not expecting you to buy them for me.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, it's kind of like on the inside. Like, they should probably walk into stores, and I'm sure they probably sell them at any kind of like little like mobile store or like I don't know,
little market things.
Or like a proper like Best Buy in China. I don't know what they call that, but if they have those kind of things, but you can just walk in like, oh, look at all the Vivo and Oppo and Xiaomi, cases.
Oh, she said they set that phone up for her and everything. She couldn't get the green. She wanted the green, but she ended up with black. And I told her that's totally the way I would have went if I couldn't get green.
Right. Well, like I said, our friend of the show, Delavan Digital, he only gets green. That's his jam. So if I'm getting a phone, it's gonna be green. I don't care what kind of green. If it's green, I'm gonna try to snag it. So I'm like, yeah, I do have to admit, I kind of like. I got just the chalk white on my Pixel, which is they had the lemongrass. I was like,
I got my son the lemongrass.
I'm like, it's okay. It would have been okay. And yeah,
hazel Pixel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it.
The hazel is a beautiful.
It is
the
beautiful
prettiest color.
Absolutely.
And
by the way,
sent me white, so that's what I got.
Yeah, and if you don't like the color, what can you do, Joe? Randy? human.
Skin your shit.
You can skin your shit. Extremeskins.co.uk.
I do have some skins over here.
There you go.
I never
And
really
get 'em
went
from
forward with
Extreme
skinning
Skins.
them.
They'll like they have buy one get ones. I think on Wednesdays and stuff. They've
Yeah,
got the new
Wednesdays,
peaches
yeah.
and cream colors. You know, I know D brand. Yeah, fuck them. I mean, they're nice. I'm sure they're probably nice people, but yeah, who cares?
You can't get what's the other one that takes like 1 billion years to ship them? Slick Wraps.
Oh, Slick Wraps. Oh, that's actually, I think it's a Canadian company. I bought a couple from there before, and it took like a month and a half. I'm like, fuck, I could drive to Toronto and be closer.
3 months, and I had to file a claim through
3 months.
Yeah. It never came. I got a refund, and then it came like 2 months later.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty.
That's a result, though.
Crappy stories, but yeah, if you don't
Free
deal
skins?
with, if you don't
Free
deal with those
skins.
kind of bullshit, you should go to extremeskins.co.uk. And I know they're in the UK. You think might take months to
Do
get.
they ship here?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I give them 2
Yeah.
weeks.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they'll ship it like, and they're like 2 weeks, man. Boom, in my door.
Because I'll buy from overseas.
Oh hell yeah! Well, clearly it's like you're not gonna pull. It's like I'll do it all except skins. That I'm homegrown.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna play. No, they'll
Wonder
ship it
Mobile
to you.
gives me 2-day shipping. Giztop gives me 2-day shipping. Like it's gonna be here like Amazon sent it.
Oh yeah, Giztop. I think
That's
if I was gonna
impressive,
buy
isn't
one-
it,
Now
though?
they also offer
Yes.
warranties and stuff like that, right? So if you get
Yeah.
a device and it goes sideways, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Like I said, it's yeah, I bought a couple from them before. They fit okay, but it took forever to get to me. Like, and it's like I think they're in Canada. I'm like, well, if you guys are in Canada, it's not far away. I mean,
Why
it's,
is it taking forever?
Right. Why is it taking a month and a half? It's like ridiculous. But yeah, if you get your skins from Extreme Skins, you will not wait a month and a half.
I gotta go check them out then.
You might wait 2 weeks, maybe. And I bought mine. They don't send me free stuff all the time. I was perfectly happy paying for it and sending money. And they were like, got my address, and bam, 2 weeks later, it was there at my house, man.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
To be
that's
fair, I don't
fast.
think they even know they're our sponsor anymore.
that's fine.
I ain't reached
have
out
to
to them for
ask.
ages.
Before
Yeah.
we leave, this little random duo up in the corner. Who are these
Yeah.
guys? Because they don't look like y'all.
No,
Oh,
that's
this is
Sam
what
and
happens-
Joe.
That's
That's
what
not-
happens when
That's
you
not Reggie
look-
and Randy.
And it's funny because my friend goes, "What's wrong with you?" And I go, "What?" This is a conversation I have with people. It's like, "What do you mean?" I saw your picture on your little Nomad tech thing, and I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Why is it that Joe looks like he got shot with a tranq dart? And why do you, and why do you look like you don't know whether to smile, eat the camera, fight somebody? What's wrong? What kind of expression?" is
Chewing a
that?"
wasp.
These do look like mugshot. Like, have you seen these guys? They robbed
Right.
me last night.
We should be on a milk carton. Have you seen
No,
me
not
lately?
like you're missing. Like you committed a crime or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of
Exactly.
thugs.
Right.
Suspect 1 with the toboggan on. You know.
Right, exactly. With a toque. That's what it's called. That's what my buddy called it. He goes, "Why are you wearing a toque in this
Scully?
picture?" Yeah. He's like, he's Canadian. He's like, "Why are you wearing a toque
Okay.
in that picture? First of all, what's with that face? And why are you wearing a toque?" And I said, "Well, it was cold that day. And if you see the shirt, it's a bear shirt. It's a bear's toque, if you want to call it that." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Why did you use that as your, that's a terrible picture of you." I'm like, "Well, fuck you, man. That's not that bad." He's like, "No. I've known you for 40 years. That's a terrible picture of you. I've no better pictures." I was like, "You know
Well,
what? I
We'll
hate
change
you."
it. Say it's season 3.
Well, season 3 we'll have a new logo. That's our new logo for the season. And Joe asked for a picture.
I'm gonna
That's
need
the
you to
first
have
time.
Joe in the headlock. You know.
with a noogie. I give him a noogie. They call them noogies in the UK. What do they call that when you husband their head like and you rub their head like that? You ever had that?
Oh, I can't remember.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't do that in the UK. So
They're
you don't-
too
No, they do,
proper
they
for
do.
that.
They do.
right.
I can't remember what it's called though.
Oh, you don't have to apologize to DT. Nobody cares about this. There's always
Oh,
opportunities.
nobody cares.
Yeah, it's okay. Nobody cares about that. And also, there's always opportunities. Duh. If you weren't at least ripping on me at least 2 or 3 times a show, I think something was wrong with it.
We'll be like, is Aditya okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably not even on the show. So we're at 1 hour and 8 minutes. So I'd love to talk to Rachel for another 2 or 3 hours, and I will get a chance to on the Saturday. So the members only stream is this Saturday. I'm not sure.
Yes, and I will be coming at you from the beach with the boys.
Oh,
so.
there you go.
Ah,
See,
cool.
that'd be good. That's good times. Like I love those members only streams. They're a blast. I love.
Yeah, plenty of drinks.
Absolutely. I'm going to make sure I'm properly hydrated, make sure everybody in the chat's properly hydrated. And for everybody who decided to show up, and Sean and Barry and everybody who decided to come in, and JoJo, I
Yeah,
saw
I
her as well.
appreciate my crew supporting.
Oh,
and I try to support. Usually I'll come through here. Usually I'm late or early because Sunday's my lazy day.
Yeah, me
But I'm
too.
like, I got to get over there and support Sam's. So
I
come
really
over
appreciate.
here.
I also appreciate you mentioning it like in your streams, like you kind of mentioned that we're coming on the show. So that really makes a lot to me. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on and please don't be a stranger. We kind of have you on more than just once in a while. I'd like to have you.
Oh
on
yeah,
a lot more.
Yeah,
often.
definitely. Yeah,
For sure.
we need
Then
to
we
get
got
Barry on again as well.
Oh well, yeah, well, duh. It's just like but why does Barry want to come down here and slum with us stupid people?
We're not
everybody
worthy.
likes to
Barry's
hang
a
out
great
with
dude.
y'all.
Like he's one of my favorite. Just I could listen to him talk about. He could read a menu, and I would just listen to him and go, "Yeah, I like Barry." His voice is so calming. I just love him. He's just describing anything. So everybody's always really good. And Dave and all that. Sean, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. So. And he also, I did keep the V60 to a minimum. So,
Yep, you did this time.
Well, maybe next time. So we'll see. I don't think it's ever come to AT&T because that's how they roll, right? I don't think they're ever doing it, but it's good to see that they were updating it. And so we.
I can't believe you're still with AT&T, but that's a whole nother podcast. Too.
Well, I need to clear all these devices, and then once I do, that they're done. And I'm actually, if I got a little bit of extra money at the end of the year, like a little bit of some merit increase, and I have a couple extra skillets. I'm gonna pay all those fuckers off and be done with them. And
because for the most part, I went prepaid. I've never looked back. It is so much cheaper.
So which MVNO do you use?
Mint Mobile.
Oh, Mint. Well, yeah, I saw Barry do some
with.
Is he like sponsored by Mint and all that kind of stuff?
He's doing some stuff with Mint. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Check them out. I might just go and just check them out and grab a SIM and throw it in the phone just to kind of see how the coverage is. Because again, I live in a kind of a rural.
So you get 5G with Mint. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of
and you do
it
visible too.
Pretty affordable. The prices look pretty solid as far as affordability.
Yeah, because a lot of prepay you don't get 5G, but that's pretty good.
My son has visible and it's 5G as well. It's Verizon.
Oh, okay.
So
I
Different.
knew it was going to happen. Sean's been always bitching. I know he got off. I know he ditched AT&T. He's been on my case, and you're right, sir. I gotta break myself off. I gotta get off that.
I
shit.
think the most you pay is $30 a month, and it's unlimited. So it's like.
Yeah, I might have them send me a SIM card and just kind of test it out because that's really what does me in for T-Mobile. Because where I'm out here, it's spotty coverage, and I gotta have somebody at least are gonna make.
Yeah,
calls.
you need to get on board when they have one of their specials where they give you they match your months, like you tried for so many months, and because that's what I did with
Mint Mobile,
US
5G.
Mobile. I did the same thing.
Yeah, increase their data plans April 14th. Absolutely. So definitely want to make sure I get that check. Yeah, the Death Star. No shit, man. I'm not feeling Big Blue anymore. I know they were good for the most part, but yeah, I have to admit, other than that, their wireless has been pretty solid for me, and it's expensive, but the billing.
So is it good coverage in your area? Is that what you?
It's pretty good. I mean, again, like I said, it's I have now my bank phone is Verizon. And I think I get a little better coverage with Verizon, but I don't want to get Verizon. I'm not feeling them.
Okay. Yeah. See, my son doesn't really use any. He's not an import person like me, so it's usually Pixels or iPhones. So that's perfect for visible because they're Verizon. So
right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have nothing against them, but I mean, the bank phone is Verizon. It seems like it's pretty solid, but I want to try Mint Mobile. I really want to try something. I think
do they piggyback off someone else's network or
T-Mobile?
And that's the problem, though. I've had issues in the past with T-Mobile, but I haven't really test drove one of their SIMs for about 2 or 3 years. So they may have gotten some towers.
Oh yeah, T-Mobile used to be super crappy where I am, but I even have the at-home. Like I'm taking my at-home internet to the beach with me, so I know I'll have good streaming.
I've been signing up for that 5G at-home internet kind of thing, and it's just not. It's not available here.
It's not available. That's what I kept going back to until it was. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. So I would have checked them out. So absolutely, yeah, I agree. I need to get off the AT&T bandwagon for sure. I'm gonna check out Mint Mobile and they got another little deal. Might jump on that and see.
Get your family on there. There's family plans.
Absolutely. Yeah, I gotta get on there. So absolutely. Well, anyway, that's enough for our show. Again, thank you, Rachel, Gigi. Thanks for coming on the show. And
you're always welcome on my panel. It doesn't have to just be members only, sir.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And then and Randy, you and your Cardi can get some rest. And
cheers, mate.
What time is it there?
It's 10:18.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's past his bedtime.
Yep.
And
Randy's
we can't have shows
at
at 1:00 anymore because Saoirse's still up, and she does not like when Dad does not put her in bed.
She didn't want to go to bed tonight. She's got a new bed as well. It's got a little ladder up to it. She picked it herself, but she's scared to go up the bloody ladder.
That'll be okay. She'd give it her a couple of days, a week.
Yeah, she'll get it.
She'll get it.
She wants to see Dad bust his ass going up the ladder.
Yeah.
Choking up, whether to like bend the damn rung and fall.
This morning, rather than calling out for us, we just heard. That was her falling from the
Good
But she
times.
tried going front ways down rather than turning and going down back.
Honey, you gotta turn and face the
She's
left.
like, I hurt my back. I was like, no shit, you hurt your back.
What are you, some kind of a fuck? What do you want? Some work comp? You ain't getting no work comp out of this house. I hurt my back. What are you, some kind of, like construction worker? Fuck you. You ain't getting work comp here. Get out of here. Put some duct tape on it. You'll be fine. Some ibuprofen, some Voltaren. Fuck off. You'll be good.
Yeah, everything's
That's good
overpriced
parenting.
right now.
Absolutely. All right, for myself, for Randy, for Gigi, thank you. This is the Nomad Tech Project again for April 2nd. Can't believe it's already April already. It's fucking insanity, right?
It's mad. Yep.
We're old. That's what happens when we get old.
We will not be having a show next week because I was told by my better half that it's Easter Sunday and Joe's got a little girl and I have family things and you could tell your show to fuck off. So we're fucking off for Easter Sunday. We will not be having a show on the 9th of
Sam,
April.
I'll chat to you though. Maybe we can pre-record something.
Well, we got to have something. I think I have a show that I forgot to post from about a month or two ago. I think. Well, I forgot to post it. Hey, we're not professionals around here. What do you want me to do? It's okay. It was just us talking anyway. I didn't have a guest. I always make sure I get the guests on because clearly.
Now we can pre-record something.
Absolutely. But anyway, we'll talk about that. But yeah, no official show or live stream on Easter Sunday. So everybody enjoy your holiday. If you celebrate Easter, if you don't, well, that's cool. Whatever. And
go have a drink.
Go have a drink.
Go have a drink.
Or
check out Gigi's channel.
4 or 5.
Absolutely. And Saturday, be on her, but watch our members only stream. If you can't, let your member. Then subscribe and be a fucking member. It's it doesn't cost much. And then
$2.
check out your regular stream. And when your stream's always on Tuesdays and Thursdays, correct?
Tuesdays.
I thought it was a Thursday.
It used to be Tuesdays, Thursdays. There's no more gadget chats, so it's just
Yeah,
I miss gadget
Tuesdays.
chat.
Check those out. Those are always a lot of fun. And then while you're there, check out the other streams by LaShawn and there's other folks that do streams. And there, it's a good time. I promise you. Just even if you're not participating, just listening to the chat, it's a great time. And there's a lot of fun with really awesome, like-minded tech chat pals. So we really appreciate you letting us come on there and spend your time. And that's it. So anything else you want to plug before we let you go?
I appreciate you having me on again. Let's not wait another year the next time.
No, it will be definitely way before that. Maybe the summertime if you get some time. I know summertimes are busy for a lot of folks, but come back on. We'll talk about what other phones come out because I'm sure we'll have some phones to talk about. And just live stuff and food and sports and that kind of thing. Well, also we'd be right in the middle of a baseball season, so we can see where all these teams line up.
Each other, yeah.
And we can talk shit about the Braves, and then you can hate on the Cardinals, and it'll be proper good.
When Pixel folds out, we have to get you on for the Pixel Fold.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Well, we have a lot of people in different time zones. Okay. Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Absolutely. So we got Jermaine's and Holland. So yeah, we got people all over the place. And DT is in the Czech Republic. It's crazy, man.
Dutch people are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
We like them. Good times. We should get that. We should go visit them. We should go visit Jermaine sometime. Me and you, Joe.
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
Yeah, I gotta get a passport. Anyway, that's our show. Thanks for all tuning in. Enjoy your
good start.
Love you guys. Stay hydrated. Also, be excellent to each other. And we'll catch you a week from Sunday for the next Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe. And we love you guys. Take care. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Be safe.
Goodbye.